Well, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us today, being on Friday, the 15th of August 2025. Time now for Science TV Prime News. My name is Chris Mololo, sitting in for Elvis Odhiambo, and our sign language interpreter is Wanja Ngede. These are the stories that we have for you for the day. And to begin with, President William Ruto has announced a sweeping reshuffle in Kenya's foreign service, nominating and redeploying 20 diplomats to key missions across the globe in a bid to boost the country's diplomatic performance and service delivery. The appointments unveiled on Friday align with the administration's bottom-up economic transformation agenda and are aimed at strengthening Kenya's international representation. Under Article 132, Section 2E of the Constitution, the nominations have been forwarded to the National Assembly for vetting and approval. The key postings include Ambassador Galma Mukhe Boru to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Ambassador Anthony Mwaniki Muchiri to Ankara, Turkey, Ambassador Lucy Kiruthu to Bangkok, Thailand, Ambassador Catherine KirumbaKaremu to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and Ambassador Maurice OdhiamboMakoloo to London, United Kingdom. Others are Honorable Florence Chepngetich Bore to Windhoek, Namibia. Then we have Mrs. Jayne Jepkorir as Consul General to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and then Mr.Mohamed Amin Sheikh Nuh as Deputy Head of Mission to Berlin, Germany, and Mr. Mwangi Karanja to Seoul, South Korea, among others. State House spokesperson Hussein Mohamed said the reshuffle reflects President Ruto's commitment to injecting fresh energy into Kenya's foreign policy and leveraging international partnerships to drive economic and social transformation. Moving on, more than 8,000 chiefs and their sub-chiefs are set to undergo training on security and lawful conduct in a nationwide capacity building programs spearheaded by the Interior Ministry. Now, according to Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, the initiative will equip the administrators with skills to combat corruption, gender-based violence, illegal drug trade, and boundary disputes. The program also aims to strengthen their ability to uphold the law and serve communities effectively. Already, 1,000 chiefs and sub-chiefs have commenced training at the Embakasi Police College, with the remaining officers expected to join in phases. Murkomen said the government is committed to ensuring local administratives have the necessary knowledge and tools to address emerging security challenges across the country.
Security framework. By enforcing law and order right at the grassroots, you provide a strong backdrop of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. This, coupled with increased empowerment of the citizenry, high expectations, as well as this coupled with the increased empowerment of the citizenry, high expectations, as well as changing security dynamics, calls for continuous learning and adoption. It is with this realization that the Kenya Kwanza administration, right at the onset, acknowledged training and capacity building for civil servants as a major driver for effective service delivery. And that is contained in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, that training of civil servants to have an effective public service is extremely important. Training is important because of the changing times. The things how we used to do things 20 years ago, when most of you were employed, is not the way we do them today. The application of technology, the changing times in terms of closer personal relations makes it important for us to have continuous training. There is need to ensure that all our civil servants are empowered, well-trained, and well-equipped with prerequisite skills and knowledge to serve the citizens effectively. This is a need that we have confirmed during our security and service delivery forums dubbed Jukwaa la Usalama. Our officers continue to raise concerns that affect the delivery of service, among them delayed training. And most of you are here, the last training that happened was 2018, meaning that we are moving to closer to 8 years of service. Some of you were employed. How many of you are employed within the last 8 years? Just raise your hand, you don't have to stand. Wow. So it's all of you. Who was not there, who was employed before 2018 and is here for training? So even though, does that mean even though we trained 2018 last group, you are the ones who remained as a result of that training?
Yes, sir.
Allah. That compounds even the problem, because we are here praising ourselves. Okay, let me ask another question. And this is, I'm trying to make it as interactive because of the experience of Jukwaa. How many people here were employed in 20?
Secretary for Cooperatives, Wycliffe Oparanya, has announced new plans and strategies aimed at reviving coffee farming across the country. Speaking in Ekorenyo, Nyamira County, during a meeting with government officers and farmers, Oparanya defended the current payment system, saying investigations had shown that allocating 20% of the payment is sufficient to sustain operations of cooperatives. Farmers, however, raised concerns over persistent challenges in the sector, including lack of coffee seeds, absence of processing industries, and a spike in coffee theft. Oparanya assured them that the government is committed to addressing these issues as part of the broader coffee sector reforms. A severe shortage of nursing officers in public hospitals is putting newborns at heightened risk, with many young infants left without essential medical attention. The Kenya Medical Research Institute, KEMRI, says the situation has contributed to increased dangers of death among newly born children. According to KEMRI's findings, some facilities have only one nurse attending to as many as 19 children, far from the recommended ratio of one nurse to every 3 children. This shortage is straining healthcare delivery in neonatal wards. The study further notes that the nurses handling such high numbers often suffer fatigue, making it difficult to provide the critical care and attention that newborns require. Experts warn that without urgent intervention, infant mortality rates could rise.
Wananchi walipe SHA kwa mwezi na wasilipe pesa ambayo ni shilingi 500.
Mr. President, SHA is not working. It is not working. We told you the other day, tell your people to stop stealing money from the E-Fund. They are collecting money. They collect all government money, take it to private individuals to go and share the loot, and then you tell us how we are doing well.
Kwa hivyo ningeomba wale cooperative, wale members wote wa cooperative ambao wako hapa, kama huwezi kulipa, pitia kwa cooperative yako na cooperative zenu 10, sione members wote ni members wa cooperative. Msaidiane muone ya kwamba every member ako a member of SHA.
At the Devolution Conference in Homa Bay County, leaders have urged public servants to stop charging survivors of gender-based violence before issuing P3 forms, saying the practice blocks justice for the most vulnerable. Elgeyo Marakwet Governor Wesley Rotich said pastoralist counties are bearing a heavy burden of GBV, particularly against children, and called for strict compliance of the law. Governor Rotich noted that many survivors are poor and could not afford an official fees, resulting in delayed reporting and treatment. He pressed police and health facilities to ensure P3 forms and related services are provided promptly and without cost as required. NSSTCC leader Douglas Bosire called for stronger cooperation among security agencies, health providers, and child protection actors to prevent GBV and fast-track investigations. He also urged counties to invest in survivor support systems, including trained first responders and clear referral pathways.
And they can use that as a justice form. And therefore, we have seen the cases going down in my county because now culture of impunity is not encouraged and kangaroo courts are not encouraged.
It is an issue that's affecting our adolescents who are aged between the age of 10 years to 19 years, and even the youth, because many of them, because of teenage pregnancy, they are dropping out of school. Every year in our country, more than 300,000 girls below the age of 18 years get pregnant.
Tumekuja pamoja na washikadau wote, wafadhili, wananchi, wa mapadre, mmeona Sheikh hapa leo, ndio tuzungumze na tuelewane namna gani tunaweza yamaliza haya maneno, sababu tuna hakika kwamba tukikuja pamoja.
A woman has died and her child was seriously injured in Mandera's border region after the donkey-pulled cart exploded. The victims were returning home from their farm when the blast occurred. Police say the donkey is believed to have stepped on an improvised explosive device planted in the ground. This is not the first such case in the county. In January this year, a similar explosion in Inabari killed a police officer, and another incident involving a donkey cart was reported in Elwak town in April last year, highlighting persistent insecurity in the region. Security agencies have launched investigations into the latest attack and urged residents to exercise caution when using rural routes. Mandera, which borders Somalia, has faced repeated explosive attacks linked to militant activity.
Si mtu Mkenya alimuua, ni mtu mwenye ametoka gambo ingine ndo ameua huyu mtu. Na tena hajatumia rasasi, ametumia hii. These things. Na nyinyi mnajua. Hata mimi sijui juu mimi si askari. Hii ndio alikufa kwa huyo mama. Two, all young children wako hapa, vijana, wamama. Kazi yao ni hii shamba, wafanyi kazi nyingine. Ile shamba kwenda, hii kitu imejaa.
Tuma serikali yetu message, pamoja serikali ya Somalia. Hii watu waondolewe hapa. Tulisema mara mingi sana, sio mara moja, mara mbili. Mara kadhaa tulisema our MCA is here, our leaders wako hapa, governor, MB,
And lastly, residents of Ntukuruma area in Nanyuki are up in arms over a wave of livestock killings that has left them counting heavy losses. They say unknown individuals have been slaughtering their cattle at night, with at least 20 cows reportedly killed so far. The community accuses security agencies of neglecting the area despite repeated reports, a situation they say has fueled fear and anger among herders. Many now worry about their livelihoods, which heavily depend on livestock rearing. Local leaders are calling for urgent intervention to curb the attacks, warning that continued action could escalate tensions in the area.
Wakavamia wakang'oa girofu ili tusiwaone usiku, wakahama. Wameiba hata kwa jirani yangu, wamekuja wakachijia ng'ombe kwa geti yangu. Mimi ujumbe ni kwa wale wanaiba. Nawaambia hivi, muachane na kuiba. Mumetuhangaisha ya kutosha, mumekula vitu ya wenyewe bure.
Juzi tulizika pasta moja hapa few meters kutoka hapa tuko. Hata hakumaliza wiki mbili akiwa kwa shimo, ng'ombe zake zikaenda zikiwa 2. Same week kukaibiwa zingine upande huu karibu kwa mzee mwingine anaitwa Murithi baba Ede, zikaibiwa hapo. Kadume following day kukaibiwa kadume kengine kalienda kuchikiwa huko pande ya Githinjiro.
Imekuwa ikihappen si mara ya kwanza, si mara ya pili, si mara ya tatu. Venye tumekuja hapa sisi wote tumetazama, tumeona zile ng'ombe zenye zote zimechijiwa hapa. This one has to come to a stop.
Nikaandikisha ombi na sikusaidika juu hakuna umbo ilikuja kufuata hao waizi, na wakati wa mwisho nikaulizwa, "Mbona wewe mama unalala ukiwa na ng'ombe?" Sasa nikajiuliza, nitakuwa nalala na ng'ombe kwa rumu yangu ama nitalala kwa ng'ombe?
Ni security team inafaa itumwe hapa. Vile walikuwa wanatumana wakati wa maandamano, mpaka wanachukua reinforcement from Keganjo. Waende hizo reinforcement walete mashina.
Well, with those news updates, we are going to take a quick short break right here on Science Prime News. We will be back with the sports updates in just a bit. Stay with us.